What's up? What's up? What's up, people?
Conversation, baby.
Yeah.
It's a conversation, baby. Huh. They call it Mr. Conversation, baby.
As usual, man.
Just hot seat
Y'all know
ladies,
it's your boy EJ, aka Mr. Conversation, and you are tuned in to the hot seat.
Bubs gonna take a while. Talk games on wild style.
Yeah.
Just tune in, let them run you down. They call it Mr. Conversation, baby.
So look. We're gonna get straight to the point today. Bring you down. Conversation, baby. Yeah. All right, that's enough. All right, look, man. Few things been going on. I took a week off from the podcast and everything to for some graduation stuff going on. So we're gonna get into it today. This will be solo dolo. Just me, got a few things that's on my mind. All right, as you see on the caption, listen to the message, not the messenger. Graduation issues, and there is plenty to do in the city. I've seen posts going around pretty much, or had some personal stuff going on with any of these conversations. So that's why I'm gonna talk about them today. Y'all know I'm Mr. Conversation. I'm always willing to talk about what a lot of people aren't. So first of all, let's talk about these graduation issues. These aren't my personal issues, but I seen a post that goes around every year. It seems to be something very similar. The numbers kind of change, but it's mostly the same thing. It involves a stepfather or a stepmother that is been in the child's life for a numerous amount of years. And then they say, hey, there was only maybe 10 tickets given for the graduation. I've been in the child's life 10 plus years. Been in the child's life since they've been 8 years old or 5 years old or 2 years old. Now the child is 18, graduating. I wasn't invited. There were 10 tickets, things like that. Now, as a father and a stepfather, I have a unique perspective on this. I can see both sides, but I'm also going to give my personal opinion. In this particular one that came out this year, there were 10 tickets given. The guy said that, 8 tickets given. And the gentleman said that he'd been in the child's life since the child had been about 6 years old. Child is now 18. He's been the primary caretaker of the child. Those are kind of his personal backgrounds. He says him and the child get along fine, no issues, no nothing. He loves the child like it's his. He's been a good father for all accounts. We can just only go by that. Well, when it came time for the 8 tickets, the mother got a ticket, the birth father got a ticket, 2 siblings, an auntie, an uncle. But then he said there was like a boyfriend, the boyfriend. Now, some people interpreted that to be the auntie's boyfriend because of the way that the sentence is said. Other people interpreted it to be the boyfriend of his daughter. And that was where the 8th ticket went to. He feels he should have been invited. So when he asked why, pretty much was told to him, these people are important to her. She, cool. What he decided to do is, he said, I'm going to take her off of my insurance. I'm going to take her off of all this other stuff. Anything that I've been helping, going above and beyond. She's 18 now, and if she wants to make those type of decisions, and if y'all want to be cool with it, then that's what we're going to do. So it's like, Now, my thing is this. This is a very tricky situation because you kind of already know the 2 camps. It's going to be one, he's allowed to feel that way. It's understandable. He's put in a lot of work. in the person's life, in his daughter's life. He's helped her to achieve these things, so on and so on. The next side is, well, if you truly love her like a daughter, you would never give up. You would always be there, along with other things. But that's the gist of those two kind of arguments. Now, for my opinion on that, I cannot fault the guy for him feeling the way that he's feeling. My daughter just graduated. Ain't no way in hell I wouldn't be at that graduation. I've been in her life since she's been 3 years old. And there's no way anybody is going to tell me personally that I was not going to be there when I know I have a positive relationship with my daughter. I know I've been there. Now, I do understand there's some people that's not going to necessarily agree with it. They're going to say things like, well, at the end of the day, it's a child's choice and, things like that of who's going to be there. But if there's only a select number of tickets, and again, some form of this happens every year, this post goes around. But I want people to understand we always talk about feelings, right? And we want to say feelings are valid and things of that nature until it's something that we don't like. And that itself, I kind of have a problem with, because while I don't feel it's appropriate for him to lash out at the young lady to take her off of things, I think there should have been more of a conversation, because it never says that there was a big conversation between him and her and the situation and things like that. But I do understand where he's coming from. There's a lot of effort it takes to raise a child. And there's a lot of effort that it takes to raise a child that's not biologically yours. You have to go above and beyond. There's so many different things you have to deal with. You have to deal with another potential person there making decisions. So now it's 3 or maybe even 4 instead of just 2. That is very tricky. I will never tell anybody to take it out on the child. I would say to talk to the child first. And I think that this conversation should have happened weeks prior, not just been okay, this is a couple of days and then this gentleman is finding out that he's not going to the graduation. That would hurt. Graduation is a major event. This is a top 10 event in your life. You can graduate from college multiple times, but you're only going to graduate from high school once. So I just kind of want people to think about that. A lot of people kind of went to the side of, well, just deal with it. I don't exactly agree with that. That's me personally. Now, y'all tell me how you feel in the comments. Again, this was the graduation situation where the stepfather, who had been in the child's life for so many years, 10 plus years, she's graduating at 18. He was not involved in the graduation. He was not brought. They had limited amount of tickets. But then, I don't know. You just got to kind of think about the situation from the perspective of the time and the effort that is being put in. So y'all tell me what y'all think when you get a chance. Again, feel free to comment. Definitely, I enjoy the back and forth. I would love to see, how you guys feel about that. Now, let's move on to the next topic. This won't be a long show. We'll do about 30 minutes, maybe 45, who knows. But it definitely won't be long. The next topic, let's see what we got going up. Oh, okay, yeah. Listen to the message, not the messenger. Now, this is something in my personal life that I've been kind of running into, as well as I've been hearing from other people. And it's kind of getting to the point where I really feel like this needs to be discussed. Listen to the message, not the messenger. Please. Let's start with why. Why am I saying that? We need to understand that people are flawed, first and foremost. People are flawed. None of us are perfect. We all have issues. If you're coming for advice, if you're trying to tell somebody something, especially if you're asking, now it's a little different if they're coming to you for unsolicited and they want to give unsolicited advice. I kind of understand that. But to tell somebody they're wrong because they've done something before or they're not perfect in their life is an easy way to basically dismiss them and dismiss their point. Instead of logically saying, well, these are the holes in your argument or these are the holes on what you're telling me. What you're saying is, well, I don't think you've lived that life, or I don't think yada, yada, yada. Let me give you an example. If somebody is giving you like marriage advice or relationship advice that you ask for, but once you hear something you don't like, your response is, well, you didn't do that, or you've been divorced before, or you broke up with such and such, da 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 da. First of all, the mistakes is what makes us who we are. And the knowledge that you gain because you've been there before or you've done that, that is a great thing. See, sometimes other people have made the mistakes so that we don't have to make them. And I find in my life personally, when I'm having these debates or when I'm talking about just different things, people love to bring up, well, you know, this happened with you 5 years ago, this happened with you 10 years ago, or you did this, whatever, whatever, whatever. And it's like, what the hell does that have to do with what I'm saying? Is what I'm saying correct or not? Is what I'm saying based in logic? Is what I'm saying based in fundamentals? Are the fundamentals strong in what I'm talking about? That's what I want some of y'all to understand. Listen to the message, not the messenger. There are people that come to me with wisdom a lot, and I know their background. But a lot of times I have to go back and think and say, hey, do I not want to listen because this hits me in a certain type of way? Am I in my feelings about it and I don't want to listen? That's what I need y'all to think about. Is what the person said wrong, or is it just you feel it's the wrong person coming to you to tell you something? So you hear this all the time when you're doing conversations or when you're talking to people. Man, that person can't tell me nothing. A lot of times when I hear that, I check it in my mind because I'm like, why can't that person tell you nothing? Now I'm on a transition into, there's this term called confirmational bias. We also use that a lot. Now, these are two types of definitions that have been given for it. The tendency to interpret new evidence as confirmation of one's existing beliefs and theories. The next one, which I love a lot, love both, but I love this one. The tendency to look for information that supports rather than rejects one's preconceptions. See, what we do is, like this is saying, people can come to you with information, statistics, but we tend to only use the ones that agree with our narrative, that agree with the way that we think. That's human beings. And now people are going to come in here and say, or they're going to say, no, that's not true. That's not true. No. I listen to that, this and that. We tend That doesn't mean all the time, but we tend to take the information or look through blinders and find the information that agrees. If I want to say there's so many people on this side and there's so many people on this side, and you come and say, no, it's not, the number is this, I will immediately go and search, but I'm trying to search not for the fact that you are right. I'm trying to prove you wrong. And that's what we do. Instead of doing what we should do and try to research to see if they are right. But we always are trying to prove someone wrong. We always are trying to, as soon as we hear something that we don't like, that's the first thing that we go to. And you can't tell me that's not a big problem in society, because that's what we will do. We will try to find a issue with the person, the messenger, and not listen to the message. And that right there is a very big problem in society. I'll go even further. Confirmational bias is also the tendency to search for, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirms or supports one's prior beliefs or values. People display the bias when they select information that supports their views. They ignore contrary information, or when they interpret ambiguous evidence as supporting their existing attitudes. This effect is strongest when you're trying to search for desired outcomes. That right there is crazy, and that's what we do. That's exactly what we do. Good afternoon, Miss Nicole. How are you doing today? Earlier I was talking about just graduation issues, about there's a post going around about stepfathers and stepmothers that weren't allowed to go to the graduation or weren't given tickets due to small amounts. And I was giving my opinion on that. And now I'm talking about, the fact that we listen to the message. We listen to the messenger instead of the message a lot of times. And that is a very big issue in today's society. Went over what confirmational bias is, the fact that we tend to listen to only things that we want to listen to that supports our claim. And we have to do better than that. Because this World Wide Web is out here, man. It's information everywhere. If you're only looking for what is going to make you right and prove your points, you will never grow. But that's my issue on that. But now I want to talk about the post, gentleman named Jay Morgan on Facebook. He posted about that there's plenty to do in the city, and he started posting a lot of different things, and it's getting a lot of traction, and it's a great type of post for this city of Columbus, Georgia, because there's a lot of lies spread about this city. There's a lot of people are saying that there's not things to do in this city, and that's not true at all. First of all, he posted a lot of different types of restaurants. So if you're a foodie, Columbus does have a lot of great eateries. I'm not going to go into the specific ones, but simple Google search will show you all the different types of restaurants, whether it's the ones downtown. We have great sushi. We have seafood spots. We have Italian spots. We have, and I'm not talking about just Olive Garden either. We have a lot of different type of, so if you're a foodie, that's here. All different type of barbecue joints. Okay, cool. You say, well, I'm not a foodie. So what else is there to do? There's plenty of things. If we supported these things, maybe we could have them for my gamers. There was Bites and Brews that was here, right? Didn't support it. Okay, they had pinballs, old school. They had games set up, PlayStations, all type of gaming that was here. But you didn't support it. And they had food. So it's not like you had to go to two different spots. You could rent it out for birthday parties. You could be there just to chill and sit. There was upstairs, downstairs. So you didn't have to exactly be by the children. That was also child friendly. So for those who have kids, let's see. We have all type of athletic events that's here, right? Clingstones is now here. Used to be the River Sticks, Red Sticks, also at one point in time. Basketball, right? We have all sorts of basketball games. We have semi-pro teams here. We have Midnight Basketball League is back now. Okay. We have the Columbus Lions. River rafting. Zip line. Okay. You're not sports, you're not athletic. We have trails here. Bike trails. We have walking trails. You got the river walk. You can go down. I mean, we keep saying that there's not. Let's talk about all the type of concerts, stuff that we have down here. We get big people to come down here all the time. We have Fantasia. We've had all the Southern Soul, the big artists. We've had there's just so many artists. All these rappers have came down, but you don't support it. When they were supposed to do what was it called? It was a Legends tour with like Jeezy and Bun B and all these guys from the South, 8 Ball, MJG, all these people that came down. Juvenile got canceled, didn't buy the tickets. So that's concerts, that's sports, that's nerd stuff that's down here. I have personally been a part of different type of events like lip sync battles, right? We get together. Y'all watch that shit on TV all the time, right? Y'all love all that stuff. LL Cool J do it. If somebody in your city does it, you don't want to go support. Now we did have support and we do it. Shout out to Wayne 3D who wanted to bring that down here, and I helped support him as a host and even been like Rick Ross and other type of characters at different periods of time. But we have those type of things. Come support those types of things more. What else? All types of music showcases for local artists. We've had that. We've had high level comedy series come down. So we've had people like Sweet Baby Keita come down and do. We have Funny First Fridays ran by can't think of the name now. But we've had so many different things come with these different people come down here for y'all to say that we don't have these type of things. So, for instance, you're like, who's Sweet Baby Keita? Sweet Baby Keita won a Kevin Hart comedy show pre-COVID. She won she was locked in with Kevin Hart and them. She won a Steve Harvey comedy show pre-COVID. Number one spot. We've had all sorts of comedians come down. Next Level Entertainment, just different people doing different things. Okay, what else? Just the club scene. Lots of different types of club, if that's what you're into. We have lounges. We have wine bars. All the stuff that you can find in Atlanta, you can find here. But y'all go run up there and swear that it's just so much better. It's about the people. It's about the ambiance. People go up there and do dumb shit up there all the fucking time. They shoot in Atlanta. They fight in Atlanta. They jump on couches and do dumb stuff in Atlanta. But y'all want to run there and give them your money when you have perfect, viable places here. Now, again, we just covered all types of concerts, high-level comedy series, music showcases, athletic events like the Lions, Clingstones, now the new baseball team. They're bringing Dave and Buster's down here now. So y'all have to stop with this. There's nothing to do in this city. What I see is that the people don't know how to have fun any damn more. That's what I see. When I go to the clubs as a promoter, because I promote certain clubs and I do events, okay, what I see is people now, they don't dance no more. They don't talk to each other no more. They sit their ass down in corner seats, stand in the corner on their damn phone. They do this the whole time. This is what they do. That's it. So if y'all want to do more than just that, Actually get your asses out there and do it. That's really it's all that's really all it is. So I just want to leave it at that. If you're really trying to get into something, you're really trying to do something, there are plenty of spots. And I can show you, and I can take you, or I can send you to the person who does them. They just had a massive party, Hoochie Mama type party. Now, if you're not into that type of stuff, that's fine. But there's other things. We have Southern Soul, trail rides, kickbacks, cookouts, all different types of things that's here in this city. But y'all want to complain and say that there's nothing to do. So figure that out. So this was a quick one today. Trying to make content on a more regular basis. Y'all pull up on me. It's the hot seat. We got people scheduled coming in on these next Fridays. Got so many dope people coming on, whether it's artists, comedians, or other podcasters doing interviews and stuff. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to the hot seat with EJ Thomas.
Mr. Conversation, call it Mr. Conversation.
We out.